Hi everyone, the Pinspired Teacher here to talk about my latest product. We all know the Common Core's key essential skill is being able to refer to details in the text. The Poof of Proof bundle brings magic and excitement into teaching this standard, especially for students who struggle with making sure their reading, writing, and speaking are grounded in evidence from the text, both literary and informational. Now let's take a look at all of the products and tools that I've created to help you teach this standard with success. Teach your students evidence-based terms with a fun craftivity. Your students will learn how to use words such as, for example, according to the text, for instance, the author states, and more. My favorite goodie for finding proof is my teacher wand. On the front it says, "Poof, there's the proof." And on the back it says, "Oops, where's the proof?" I use that as I'm walking around with my whole class as I see them citing evidence from the text. I have them go up to the smartboard and use it if they're extra lucky. And I also keep it at my guided reading table to use during small groups. I keep a whole collection full of crazy straws, stirs, anything I can, but there's only one special teacher wand. Before using the proof wands, my students would groan when I asked them to go back and find out where their information was in the text that they used. Now they're eager to go back with the wand and find what paragraph it came from. These Common Core proof wands will have your students begging you to go back in the text to find their proof. Set your purpose at the beginning of your reading instruction with the Common Core proof wands. Depending on the skill, you can make several wands with the same skill, or you could give each student in your small group a proof wand with a different skill. For example, while one student is looking for evidence from the text that describes the setting of the text, another student may be looking for evidence that describes the character. Your students won't forget what evidence they're closely reading for because it says it on the wand. This could be used during guided reading and on one-on-one student conferences. Once your students are familiar with the proof wands, they will be able to use them without a teacher's help during independent reading, reading with a partner, or even literature circles. The proof wands are a great tool for formative assessments and offer a fun way to review for a test. One of my students even requested to use one during a test. In addition to using the Common Core proof wands in your reading instruction, if you use mentor text to teach writing, you can have your students read like a writer with the Read Like a Writer proof wands. For example, if you're teaching opinion writing and you're reading a persuasive piece, students can use the proof wand that tells them to look for a place in the text that the author uses linking words to connect his or her opinion and reasons. There are even Common Core proof wands for the language standards that will allow your students to prove they can identify conventions in a text, either in their own writing or in an authentic literary or informational text. Track your students' progress with evidence-based responses with your textual evidence binder. There's tracking student progress forms, as well as an anecdotal notes area for you to keep track of the students you're very concerned about. Once you begin teaching your students how to cite evidence from the text in their written responses, you can grade them using these praise stickers. There's one that says, "Praise for your proof," and two others that say, "Oops, where's the proof?" or "Oops, can you add more proof?" Proof awards are for students who have proven they can cite textual evidence. You can give these out in your small group, or it can be a class motivator. This is almost like a license proving they can cite evidence. So I let them dress up with the award as a fairy or a magician, and they really look forward to that. We even have a classroom party once everybody's earned their certificate. Now let's talk about proof toppers, which are a fun way to feature students who quoted evidence from the text correctly in their responses. There are 4 kinds. They all go with the magical theme of adding evidence from the text. So you have a male magician, a female magician, a fairy, and a magician's hat. You could even have a bulletin display that says, "Hats off to those who added a poof of proof." Well, teachers, there's your sneak peek at my product, a poof of proof. Be sure to head over to the Teachers Pay Teachers store to snag your copy. And don't forget, follow me on Instagram at the Pinspired Teacher.